Wyclef Jean, BKS1 Radio. Let's go.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Hi, this is Melba Moore, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
Yo, check it out. What's the deal? This the chef. Giving a big shout out to my peoples. Big KS, you already know what it is. Salute.
What's up? It's your girl Monifa, and I'm hanging with BKS1 Radio.
Hi, I'm Iyanla Van Zandt, and you're listening to BKS1 Radio.
BKS Radio, baby.
Hey, this is Jasmine Guy for BKS1 Radio.
What's going on? This is Lamont Rooker, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Shout out to BKS1, the best kept damn secret in the business.
Hey, what's up? This is Raven Goodwin from BET's Being Mary Jane, and shout out to BKS1.
Hi, this is Leon. You're watching BKS1 Radio.
BKS1. God bless y'all. Good morning.
Wake your ass up.
Good morning. It's Friday, everyone. Happy Friday.
What's up, beautiful people? Yes, it is Friday. And guess what? We are alive.
Hey.
We are alive. Let's clap it up for being alive.
Yep.
Here you go. We're going to clap it up for being alive. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man.
Being alive is nice.
Yes, yes. This is the Man Cave Morning Show with Black Coffee in the Morning.
Yes, sir.
Miss Glow in the building.
Grind, baby.
This is the Friday. Watch this. Combo Show. Right here. On WBKS1.com.
Yep.
And we're going to introduce our amazing squad.
Yes.
Starting off with Black Coffee in the Mornings. Miss Glow in the building.
Y'all?
Yes, clap it up. Clap it up.
Grind, y'all. Get that black coffee. Get that scoop, man. What's up?
And then all the way to the far right is the dude that gets a little rude. The one you either love or hate. That's always late. We call him Deacon Woo.
Let's get it.
And sitting next to me in the stripes, the flamethrower, the bedazzler,
the flamethrower,
the beautiful.
She got a bun on? No bun. Okay.
No bun today.
No bun.
The amazing Jackie D, aka DJ Glam Doc.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. And you would be, sir?
I am just humbly Storm Norm the General at your humble service.
Yes, you are.
Salute.
Bottle washer extraordinaire.
First and foremost, of course, we gotta get that love.
Yep.
We gotta get that love to everybody watching us live.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yes.
Boom.
BKS1 Radio TV. Boom. On Twitter and Periscope.
Yeah.
Boom.
At BKS1 Radio ENT. All right. On the mother site, WBKS1.com.
Boom.
Yes.
Watching us live on Facebook.
Boom.
Of course.
Watching us live on Ustream.
Of course.
And listening to us live on that TuneIn app.
Boom.
Make sure you download the TuneIn app, people. It's amazing. Trust me. All you got to do, once you download the free TuneIn app, you can listen to all your favorite stations. But the main one to listen to is WBKS1.
For sure.
You already know. Now, what I didn't do was put in what the topics is going to be in the post.
Oh, you didn't?
I apologize.
Why you didn't do that?
I apologize. But what is one of the things we're talking about today? Let's see who knows. Oh, no. You can't even look at it.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, can't look at it.
I got one.
Okay.
What's up?
Can you be driven to cheat?
Can you be driven
Can
to
you be
cheat?
driven to cheat?
But also, we're going to be discussing, there's a case that happened in 2014. So they just had the trial for it today, right?
Okay.
And basically the case was over another 30-year-old black man being shot by the police. And the family filed a wrongful death suit against the police department.
Okay.
So they went to court and they had the trial, and they awarded the family $4. So much disrespect. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to share the details of the case and everything. But it's crazy. It's crazy. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about.
Wow.
But anyway, what's your plans for Friday? It is Friday. What's your plans?
I don't have any today because I have some
business that I have to attend to.
Work day.
Yeah, my Linda Carter. So my Fridays is a wrap for the whole summer. It's a wrap.
Okay.
So I live for my Saturday and Sunday now.
Woo, what you getting into, man? Friday
Clark
night.
Kent, work.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Miss Glow.
Work day, man. Payday. Ain't no day like payday. You know what I mean?
Am I the only one that got my own ish?
Yeah.
It's okay, Norm. We try to
Yes.
be like you.
Own
We
your
try to be
own
like you.
company. Yes,
You
sir.
know.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, been there, done that.
You gotta
And
invest in your own success, you know?
No doubt.
We trying, but
No doubt. No doubt.
until then,
It is what
we
it
got to go and
is.
work for the man. That woo,
Yes.
so much hate.
Right. Exactly. Angry black male in the building.
No doubt, no doubt, man. So we left off yesterday talking
Yes.
about what's harder, moving on, or what was it, letting go, and what else?
Yes, it was moving on, letting go,
Starting
and
over,
starting
which is
over.
more
Starting
difficult.
over.
Yeah.
And Wu said letting go was the hardest.
Right.
Yeah.
Jackie, you really didn't give.
I didn't really get into it because I had to run out. I said, did I say, what did I say? I didn't say starting over, right?
No.
No, and I didn't say letting go. What was the other one?
Moving on.
Moving on. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I don't have an issue with all of them. I guess all of them could be kind of difficult. At a younger age, when there's children involved, maybe that would make it difficult to start over when kids are involved. But at this age, no, because my kids are grown. I don't have any baggage. I can just roll out.
Okay.
If I am not motivated
Yeah.
to start over, if I am not motivated to move on, the reason that I was not motivated was because I had difficulty letting go. Vis-a-vis. That's why I said what I said.
Okay.
Something has to facilitate the action of moving on and starting over. And I was unable to do that because I was locked in not being able to let go. That's why I said what I said yesterday.
No doubt. Miss Glow. Black coffee in the morning with Miss Glow.
What's up?
And this is how we're going to do this. First, we got to give some shout outs and some love to our Facebook family. So let's give some shout outs
shout
and
out
some
to
welcomes and
everybody.
good mornings. Good morning, Paul Joseph Williams.
JoJo.
Good morning, Donna Sneed.
Donna.
Good morning, Rian Cuthbert. Good morning, Kenny Johnson. Good morning, Tracy Abram. Good morning,
Everybody on
Bibbins.
check-in.
Anthony. Good morning, Sandy B on the check-in. Good morning, Tracy
Suave.
Abram. Joanne Esau. Dink Matthews. Marky Mark. Good morning. Good morning, John Booth. What's up, Cuzzo? Good morning. Good morning, Lucretia. What's up, Lioness?
Good morning.
Salute.
Lioness.
Good morning to everybody checking in. Good morning, Anthony Williams.
Anthony.
Yes,
Williams.
Tammy Knight, Denise Sparrow. Good morning to you all. So now, one of the things we're going to talk about, can you be driven to cheat? And that's where we left off yesterday. And also, again,
Yeah.
there was a family that filed for a wrongful death lawsuit. They only got $4. And we're going to share the story. We're going to tell you the story. But first and foremost, Black Coffee in the Morning with Miss Glow.
Good
What do you
morning,
have for
y'all.
us today?
Oh my gosh, man. Of course, I'm gonna start y'all off with a little bit of craziness. Our random facts of the day. It always gets a little weird around here. I'm gonna let y'all know, if you sneeze too hard, you can fracture a rib. Just so you know.
If you sneeze too hard,
you can fracture a rib.
Really?
Oh, so that's probably
Random
what
fact.
happened to my husband because he had some fractured ribs. No,
And they also 35% of people who use personal ads for dating are already married.
What?
Say that again.
35%. You know what I mean? They putting out them little personal ads in the newspaper. I don't know if people still do that, but there's a lot of websites now. So now you're going on these sites, you're trying to find these girls, you're trying to find these guys, and they probably already have a spouse. So I don't know how y'all feel about that. That's pretty interesting. But
Yo, that's crazy.
That's just some statistics.
35% of people that
That's a lot of people
on dating sites are already married.
That's
so
funny.
y'all better get them passcodes.
That's funny.
All that cell phone usage, you know, opening it with your face and all
That's
that good
funny.
stuff.
Oh, that's sad.
That's crazy.
35% of people that's on dating sites are already married.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then
okay, good. Carry on.
Wait, look at her face.
What?
I mean, speak on it.
I was gonna say, why go through that? Why go through that? Those are shenanigans. What, to see if you still got it? I mean, really? I
Some
don't get
people
it.
think it's the thrill of the chase.
Yeah.
Know what I mean?
Okay.
Why go through cheating? Is that what you're saying?
I'm
What are you
saying, why? That's what I'm saying. Why go through all of that?
And you're gonna jump on a dating site.
Just separate. Even if you don't want a divorce because it's too costly, go your own way. Please save me the headaches. Okay.
I mean,
What
modern
the-
technology makes it
cannot.
easier to creep, but people been creeping since time immemorial. And
yeah,
you know, back in my day, the only thing you had
cannot.
to keep secret was the porno mag, or if you was going to holler at somebody.
Yeah.
Right. Now, within the convenience of your own home,
Yeah.
you can get your porno, you can get your creepage, you can get your cheating.
Creep life.
I don't think it's a matter of the technology itself. It just makes it easier for human beings to be human beings and do the crap that they do. It's nothing new.
I mean, I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying, just move on. Why go through that?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, that's a crazy random fact.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Why even put people
And then,
through that?
And then random health fact. Other
What's
day,
a
I
ran-
got you.
what's a
A
random health
person
fact?
can live without food for about a month, but only a week without water. If the amount of water in your body reduces by 10%, you can die.
That one I actually knew.
If it reduces by
me
1%, then you'll just feel thirsty.
I actually knew that one.
Here, Norm. Here, we going.
Right.
So that one I
you up.
knew.
This part of my problem.
That one I knew.
Actually knew that one.
That one I knew.
Water is important.
And if you know water
Get
is
that
fine.
Poland
But
Spring for the summer, man.
I know people who have fasted
Right.
with no food,
Just water.
literally
Yeah.
just water, because they wanted to cleanse themselves. And my oh my, did they look crazy after them 30 days?
Really?
I ain't got the balls to do it. I'm sorry. Yes, I said the balls. I don't have the balls to do it because I like to eat.
I like to eat too. I ain't gonna lie.
I like to eat.
We like to eat around here.
Speaking of having the balls to do it, and we're about to read some of your comments. Shout out to everybody. Speaking about having the
Fat
balls
as
to
hell,
do it,
obviously.
Guess who? They found another racist tweet on.
Please, who?
Roseanne Barr.
Again?
Oh.
Yes.
She's still on it?
So Susan Hill.
It's been a while.
Let it
but
be
yeah.
known
Mhm.
that she made a racist tweet against her.
Mhm.
Like about, I think it was like 2012-ish.
Oh.
2012 or 2014-ish. And you know we got the tweet. So here go the tweet, people. Right here. So Roseanne Barr, she tweets again. Susan Rice is a man with big swinging 8 balls.
Oh.
So here it is. This is Roseanne Barr, and oh wait a minute, This was December 22nd, 2013. Oh, you know we gonna get
And
it.
they didn't put her in
Morning
Twitter
Show.
jail back then, because back then they had Twitter jail.
No. But see,
Like-
this was acceptable. People was, you know what I'm saying?
Couple things.
Yeah.
Couple of
Susan
things.
Rice is a man with big
First of
swinging
all,
8 balls.
this
Big
completely-
swinging 8 balls.
All right.
Oh, geez.
This
So-
completely blows off the issue that I raised briefly and quietly because I didn't want to get slammed. But when I was like, oh, the Roseanne that I know is socialist and she speaks out against issues and she talks about politics, she talks about MK Ultra and rape and pedophilia in Hollywood and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, because I'm on the conspiracy theory blogs, okay? I get a text from Norm sitting on my desk yesterday that reveals who and what she really is. So what I would encourage her to do is, instead of saying that I was drunk, I was high, I was on Ambien, let your freak flag fly. Because as much flack and as much pushback as I get for the things that I say, what I really try to do, 1, is own what I say. 2, if I'm wrong, I try to publicly acknowledge my wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Many a day I've been banging on the desk and Norman just look at me and I'll be yelling for 10 minutes straight, don't say nothing. And he'll be like, are you finished? Well, here's why you're wrong. See, if you're in the public eye and you have a platform the way you do, I believe that you should be held accountable for the things that you say and not run behind and say. Lastly, I think that in 2013, there was no pushback because in 2013, Roseanne was completely irrelevant and nobody was checking for her tweets.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No doubt.
Give a damn about Roseanne in 2013.
That's deep. Because I don't think that it's surprising. I don't think that her tweets are really surprising or who she is as a person, because I feel like most of us already knew this. Most of us already knew this. And when we were looking for her show to come on the air, we already were prepared for that already. For what type of person she was,
you know what,
on and off TV. So it's like, it doesn't give her the right of way pass, but it's like, come on, like you already knew this.
You know what, Glow? To speak to that briefly, you know what social media does? It gives more nuance. So like as somebody that's known for saying controversial stuff and getting in trouble, if I look at, like, let's say a Rush Limbaugh, I was a Rush Limbaugh fan before the whole Republican thing. When I was on Rush Limbaugh in the 90s, he was really funny. He was actually middle of the road.
Yeah.
Right? Then he figured out, oh, I could play this character, right? And get on this Republican rant, and it took off. And next thing you know, he ducking kingpin charges for drugs. So I'm not shooting anyone any bail, right?
Yeah.
But I do know that people play characters on television, whatever. And so I was trying to, you understand? But for her to say that back then, that's simply who she is, like you said.
Yep,
even though I have seen more nuanced intellectual arguments, apparently you can be extremely intelligent and extremely racist at the same time.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, I just want to say this. When people start saying stuff, just believe who they are. I believe what come out of your mouth. You understand? Your actions will be like, sometimes people do stuff when they're angry, and that doesn't necessarily mean that that's who they are. They could have had a moment, but I listen to what you say. Okay, that's me. If you say it enough, and then there's proof, that's who you are. Right. Period. Right. In a nutshell. So this is nothing new. Now again, 45 has made all of the people who used to hide behind stuff.
Agreed.
He's made them all visible. They don't have to hide anymore. There's no longer hoods anymore, people. They telling you straight out, we don't like you and we're going to say it, and then we can come back and apologize for it, and we think the apology will make it better. No, the apology. Why is it that people think that they can apologize, say something that's downright ignorant, first of all, racist, and then they think, or homophobic, whatever it is that these cowards are doing now. They go and they tweet about it, but they'll never say it to that person's face. But they'll tweet about it or post about it on social media, and then they immediately want to backtrack and give an apology.
And true indeed. I'm gonna have to clap that up.
I'm gonna stand by what I say. I don't like you. I don't like you.
No doubt. Let's read some comments in the chat. Shout out to everybody trickling in on the chat on FB, and salute to everybody watching live on the other platforms.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. So I've been trying to post, and it's been telling me I got too many people I've been hitting up.
It's all good.
So Paul Joseph Williams, he said, remember this chick grabbed her crotch and spit on the ground after she sang the national anthem, after she purposely butchered the song, spitting on her
I'm sorry.
spitting on the ground after singing the anthem is the most disrespectful thing you can do.
True indeed.
Yeah, I remember that.
True indeed. Welcome, Sunshine. Sunshine, what's good? Laverne, what's good?
I remember that. That was hard to watch.
That's crazy.
That was hard to watch.
I of course
that was hard to watch.
As an intellectual, I believe in growth. So when you're talking about listening to people, if you would have heard my viewpoints at 20, right, and put them on this panel, I will be roundly, summarily dismissed, called a bigot, a homophobe, and everything else.
Yeah.
When I look at someone who does read, but at 64 years old, still espousing what she is. First of all, be clear. Everybody knows I can go in on Roseanne and play, not play, but express my usual opinion. Everyone here knows how I feel about racism and white supremacy and blah 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 blah. But as an intellectual, I listen, and you can change. Like I change religions, I change political. I change a lot. If you can reveal to me that I'm wrong, then I'm going to get off my square. That being said, this is who this woman is. This is who she is in 2013, right? This is who she is in 2018.
Yeah.
Yo, sister, you dismissed. You voted off that. Look, you can keep tweeting all you want and keep digging yourself into a bigger grave, but social media exposes your racism. Like, it's not rocket science. That's who the hell she is.
No doubt.
It does.
Right? That's who Trump is, etc. That's who you are.
It does.
So man up and rock out with it.
Yeah, Ryan Cuthbert said Roseanne is going to end up committing suicide over her stupidity.
Can I tell you?
She got money. I doubt it.
I don't think so.
Like that.
She's going to go back to the nut farm.
Like
Yeah.
With her quadrillion dollars.
No, really.
This
To
ain't
her
nothing
nuts.
new.
Still tweeting her garbage.
And KKK organizations will hire her to perform.
Yeah.
And Trump will hire her.
Fox
so.
will pick her up.
Yeah.
Fox will pick her
Yeah,
up.
Fox will pick her up.
Yeah,
they don't care.
She's not gonna.
No.
She's really not going to go anywhere.
She's gonna
so
make
to
money
speak.
off of her racism.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
she's gonna make money.
So
off
if Fox hire her, do you think that the other cast members would go?
Yeah, because they're gonna want the money.
I don't know about that. I'm gonna be 100. I don't know. Now her friend, maybe John Goodman, may go.
Oh, he going.
He going. But I don't know if Sarah Gilbert would go.
They should kill her off and have the show without her. You know what I mean? Like when Lionel did, or you remember Lionel disappeared and it was a new Lionel.
Yeah,
just
we
right
was
around.
to
Remember
the
Aunt
first
Viv
Lionel.
was light skinned and she was
Right.
dark skinned. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
Come on, dog. Like look, I want the other actors to eat. Like
Yeah.
I feel bad that the entire
too.
production staff,
Yeah.
and the hair and the makeup lady and the people that
Everybody
moved out to
unemployed.
LA from Jersey because they got the Roseanne can't eat because of your stupidity.
Yeah.
Kill her fat ass off, and have Dan be like a single dad with like that type of thing.
Yeah,
And
spin-off.
Roseanne will land on
It's
her
a
feet.
spin-off.
Yeah.
She's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
She's gonna get money. She's rich as hell already. She's still getting syndication money from the last Roseanne show. So all she's being is embarrassed because she got money and kids.
Oh, that
She's gonna make
syndication
money.
stopped, bro. They canceled her
Oh,
reruns.
they cancel
too.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they canceled her reruns too. Y'all didn't know that?
Oh, they Cosby.
But I know she
Yeah.
got hella money from the syndications before they
Yeah,
stopped.
yeah.
Roseanne's rich.
Wow.
All right, so now
She ain't worried about it.
let's get
Yeah.
into this
not
next
hurting.
story that it kind of almost, and because this happens so much, you know how you get desensitized to things and everything, so when you see another killing at the hands of police, to an African American male, you kind of get desensitized. And whoever's calling from the unknown phone number, we don't pick up those. So anyway,
I don't block the number.
yeah, you get desensitized.
Yes.
And it's like when I seen it and I was reading this story this morning, I almost warded up, and I prepared for this show. We've been doing this show
Yeah.
for a minute, and when I do my research, I'm like, that's sad. But we're gonna talk about this family that filed a wrongful death suit, and it was in Florida against the police department because this man at his own house got killed in his own garage by 5-0. And so when the family, took the police officers to court for the wrongful death suit, they awarded the family $4. Now how disrespectful. At that level of disrespect right there, I would have rather said no, the case is in the favor of such and such, the defendant, and you didn't win or whatever like that, but you awarded them $4. That's like a slap in the face. And I'm gonna read this right now. I'm gonna show you that clip first. I'm gonna refresh y'all about the story and what happened, and then y'all tell us what you honestly think. So here's the quick clip. I guess not.
Oh, I was going to say
We're in
that.
St. Lucie County now, where the sheriff's office has identified the man killed in a deputy-involved shooting Tuesday. 30-year-old Gregory Hill was shot after deputies say he pointed a gun at them during a confrontation over loud music in his home on Avenue Q. Late this afternoon, Sheriff Ken Mascaro said the two deputies were in fear for their lives.
They're taught as if their life is in danger, they could use deadly force to counter that danger. And that's exactly what they did.
The two deputies involved have been placed on administrative leave. standard procedure as the investigation goes on. The sheriff's office is asking anyone who may have witnessed the shooting to contact the office at 772-462-3230. Covering St. Lucie County now, where the sheriff's office has identified the man killed in a deputy-involved shooting Tuesday.
So that was back then. So basically, the jury awards $4 to the family of a man fatally shot by sheriff's deputy in his own garage. And Jay, can you read some of that?
Yeah.
Or are you?
A federal court jury has awarded the family of a man who was fatally shot by a sheriff's deputy in the garage of his own home $4 in a wrongful death suit. Gregory Hill Jr., a 30-year-old black man, was fatally shot by Christopher Newman, a white deputy with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, at his home in Fort Pierce, Florida, in January 2014 after Newman responded to a noise complaint about loud music. I cannot. Okay, where are we at? At the top, a federal court? Okay. A federal court jury has awarded the family of a man who was fatally shot by a sheriff's deputy in the garage of his own home $4 in a wrongful death suit. Wrongful death suit, $4.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this is the breakdown, and this is the breakdown right here. This the kicker.
Newman and his partner, Deputy Edward Lopez, had reportedly knocked on Hill's garage door to investigate the noise complaint. When the garage door eventually opened, Hill was standing by it with his left hand on the door and his right hand by his side. It is still unclear what exactly happened in the seconds that unfolded as Newman drew his gun and fired 4 times toward Hill as the garage door started to go down. However, when the SWAT team arrived, they found him dead. They found him dead. He had been shot 3 times, including once in the head. Toxicology reports had shown Hill had been intoxicated at the time of the incident, and the SWAT team found a gun in the 30-year-old's back pocket, but it was not loaded.
And hold on, I'll get you the other clip. I'll get you the other clip. But we gonna go back.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay.
Right, so now we're gonna go back.
So the gun wasn't loaded.
The gun wasn't loaded.
So, but between the time SWAT got there,
right,
and the sheriff's deputies was there, they found an unloaded gun. I'm trying to figure out how to get in his back pocket. If they said they were fearing for his life, for their life, the first officer that pulled his gun, if he was fearing for his life,
it wouldn't have
been.
Then
how'd the gun get in the guy's pocket? You couldn't have seen the gun if it was in his back pocket, and then he shot in the head, and then he was shot 3 times, and then 1 bullet was found in his head by the coroner. I'm confused. That don't make sense to me. Anybody else find anything wrong with this story?
Now the crazy thing,
there's a whole lot wrong with that stuff.
But here's the last kicker of why the jury awarded them $4. Okay, y'all ready?
I'm ready.
Woo, you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
All right, here it go.
All righty. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hill, the jury said, was responsible for 99% of the negligence in this case. As a result, the jury awarded $4 in damages to Hill's family, with $1 going towards funeral expenses and $1 going towards each of Hill's 3 children for their loss. The family's lawyer, John M. Phillips, told the Times he would have preferred the jury to have found no negligence than award such insignificant damages, calling the award hurtful.
All right.
How would you guys feel if this was one of your loved ones?
So now all I got to say is that's disrespect at the highest level.
With a gavel. He was very disrespectful.
Level. Like the lawyer said, he would have rather just said it was no negligence
on the officers, sheriffs, whatever they call them.
And the case was over.
Yeah.
Boom.
He just slapped him in the face,
but they're like,
and they had to relive that.
$1 for the children, $1 for a funeral cost, right?
Funeral is 10 grand.
And $2 for whatever.
That's
I used to work in a funeral home.
That is so disrespectful.
A funeral costs 10 grand. Period. Okay. I don't understand how they even came to the conclusion. Is it just me, or did nobody just hear what I just said? Because
10 G's.
Your gun is in the back pocket and ain't no bullets in there.
Oh, and let me tell you this, and then go and we'll, and then that $4. You ready? That $4 got reduced to 4 cents.
4 cents.
Yes.
So
that's the rest
taxes.
of it. It got reduced to 4 cents.
Who was that after taxes?
A black man's
or was that
life
just?
Is nothing.
4 cents, y'all.
Is nothing in his own home where sheriffs can come to you because you're playing loud music. Let me tell y'all something. I play loud music in my house all the time, and I live in an apartment building, and it be on blast. These speakers ain't no joke. I wish somebody would call the cops on me.
There is a saying that we have in my community that says this: if you're black and not angry, you're asleep. Let me rewind the tape. Let me rewind, because I sat here and I listened. First of all, I have a right to play music at my home. That's number one. Number two, I got a right to get my swerve on and get drunk in my home.
Right.
Next, I got a right to having arms in my home. Ask the NRA, but NRA don't say a damn thing when you're black. But that's besides the point. So I'm in my home doing what I do, and one of my neighbors complained, and because my hand is on the lever of the automatic garage door opener, that's why his hands was up. So you're gonna tell me
I'd have never opened
that this man could be executed, because that's what he was, on his own property, and you think I'm stupid enough to fall for the red herring of he was intoxicated? You can get sloshed in your own crib. He had a gun. That's right. It's my gun and on my property. So people can come in to my property and shoot me center mass in my head for listening to the OJs and getting my swerve on. Then I take it to court. This is why it's so demonic and so evil, and why I speak the way I do, and why I'm so hard on my people that don't speak. You mean to tell me that people can come and execute me? Then I go to court and they are found guilty. If they were not found guilty or negligent, then they would not get awarded a dollar amount.
Said it was 99%
his fault.
Okay,
the victim's fault.
So let me get this straight.
That's where the award came
It is
from.
my fault that I'm on my property listening to my music
and getting
drinking my wine, drinking my swerve on with my handgun. Right? That's my fault.
With no bullets.
With no bullets.
And
that's the thing.
Headshots.
This is Florida.
Denotes. Let me tell you something. You shoot somebody in the head. So finally, because I got to get the rest of this out. This is why this is so evil. We always say, let me get a day in court. Let me get a day in court. If I go to a racist court system and I lose or I'm disrespected, then racists say Negro justice was served. You see? So if we go there and it's unfair, they can say justice is served, or they can say you don't get justice at all. How dare you tell a family after you executed a man in his own home by shooting him in the head that he gets $1 to be died? Black people,
here's his family.
Wake up.
Here's his family. So this is Gregory Hill's family, and actually he was bringing the daughters home from school. This is why he still was in the garage. So you know how
just got home.
Yeah.
So was it his music from his car?
So his daughter's in the house.
Yeah, and another thing too was he was just raising when they was like open up whatever. He was just raising, the garage door wasn't even all the way raised.
Because he had just got home.
And they started shooting. So
it's his fault.
At first they said
no, that's what they said. It was his fault.
No, but they said he drew a gun. Wow. So the initial reports until they investigated it, but SWAT also came too.
A drawn gun that's in his pocket, by the way.
How did the gun get in his pocket with no bullet?
When SWAT came,
he put the gun back in his pocket.
SWAT reported
that the
gun was in his pocket and it wasn't loaded.
That does not make sense.
SWAT people reported that.
Yeah. So
SWAT people are aggressive.
Yeah. They
Anyway,
reported. They said nah. The gun was in his pocket and it wasn't
I'm
loaded.
so sorry. So hold on. You need SWAT. Excuse me.
For one guy.
You need SWAT to come to my house while I'm listening to my music. Why? The color of my skin. That's why. The threat, the perceived threat, and the fear is the fact that a man that's married, that has a home and 3 daughters, why do you need SWAT? I seen white people, after they win a soccer game, destroy entire communities.
No SWAT team.
Huh? But you mean to tell me my black ass cannot listen to the music on my own property? You don't matter. You don't exist. Listen, this is an extermination.
And it's
murder and extermination.
They called it a standoff. At first, right? So
how am I standing off on my own property?
So mind you, if he's in his own garage or whatever, and he got the music blasting or whatever, and so I know the person that made this call, this neighbor that made this call, feels really bad.
Probably not.
Yeah, feels really bad. Has to feel really bad
that
this resulted to this man getting shot and killed, and shot 4 times, mind you. So if he's raising the garage door, right? It's not even fully open. So I'm raising the door, and then boom, 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 4 times. One of those shots hits him in the head.
Well, clearly the garage was open high enough to shoot him in the head, so you get to see him.
They could have shot through the garage.
They shot through the garage door.
Even if they did that, when you say they were in fear for their life because he had a gun, this is what was reported. So if you saw a gun,
the gun was in his back pocket.
In his back pocket.
And it's on his property.
But that's not what I'm saying.
So
they're trying to say that he pointed the gun at them.
That's how I
read it.
Or after the garage door lifted. How did you see him point the gun?
After the garage door lifted, they shot him in the head, and he put the gun back in his back pocket.
So let's go to the jury finding the police officers 1% negligent. So
because this is Florida.
So and I see Daniel Spencer in the chat. She said, what type of lawyer did he have, whatever. Because
whoever the attorney is, she said needs to find another occupation. I'm with you on that one, sis.
No doubt, because that 1%.
He did them a disservice.
I want to know what that 1% that they found the officers negligent in.
This is something that needs to go to the Supreme Court now. Because I'm sorry, $4 and then you give me 4 cents.
That's disrespectful.
No. We need, and if SWAT. Do you know the severity of SWAT coming to someone's place for one guy?
What was the justification for SWAT being called?
What was reported that it was the music that was reported?
Wait, loud music, code 10, call SWAT. For loud music?
But hold on. Check this out. I'm gonna go back to this point with $1 going towards funeral expenses and $1 going towards each.
So you know what that means? Hold on.
Children.
You know what that's saying? You know what that's saying?
That's
hold
crazy.
On. That is the intention of the jury. That is the jury intentionally.
This is Florida.
Okay, that is the jury showing their intention for disrespect by saying, "Oh, and by the way, nigga, take this $1." That is exactly the message that is sending. Let me say something. You black people, men, women, and children, your life has absolutely no value in this country at all. We have to wake up and realize the country that we're now living in. An animal, white people go dog crazy when a dog gets killed. We live in a society where a man can be executed by police on his own property, right? That's where we gotta start. That's why I yell as much as I do. If you have social media and you're thinking about frivolous things where those daughters now don't have a father. Did they see their father? Did they hear it? Did they hear him cry out? And he's bleeding on the concrete in his own home.
The rest of their life.
Is he traumatized? So let me ask you a question. What Gestapo tactics are available to the police when someone can be executed in their own home? That is the country in which you live in. You like it? I love it. Keep watching television. Keep staying asleep. Keep listening to your mumble rap. Keep getting high. Keep it. Keep doing what you're doing. Black people. I don't know what else to say. How many more stories like this do we need to hear? How many?
Let's read some comments from the chat.
Okay. So it's a lot. This is heavy. So Kia Wilshire, hey Kia, said $4 in damage. Really?
It's a
Shaking my
goddamn disgrace.
head. Totally disrespectful. Kwane Pa Lady Palmer said civil case versus criminal case. Okay. She also said, no, it's not the lawyer, it's racism. Well, I don't know. Because $4, I don't know.
It's the whole system.
Let me tell you something. You're a lawyer. What evidence made them that they presented where you couldn't say no, where you're going to stand by that? I would have appealed that immediately.
But the fact that they did the $4,
yeah,
that's racist.
So Deacon Chucky Schneck said, wow. Yeah. This is what we're dealing with. Paul Joseph Williams said, this is why no black man should not stand for the anthem nor fight for this country, because this country does not and will not fight or stand for us.
I just want to know who the judge was, the jury. It's just so disrespectful, man. But even look at the
past that every day. The one who called the police.
If you retry Bill Cosby, please retry this.
Let me tell you something about this situation.
And then
on my block, where I live, there's people be out till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm talking work days, making all types of noise. I don't call the police. Know what I do? Turn my television up and drown them out.
I'm sorry. I know we got to move on.
I don't care.
So for people that live next to colleges, right, where college kids have loud music, when they get the complaint, does SWAT come in and shoot people in the head? I'm just asking a damn question.
This is the stuff that we have to deal with on a regular basis because of the color of our skin. It's not going to change. All right. So, okay. Kwane Pa Lady Palmer, she said, guys, a COS. I don't know what that means. Danielle Spencer, there's no video, I'm sure. No, I'm sure this was before they started wearing body cams. Okay. Remember, they just started really doing that. So, okay. I don't think you understand how civil court works. The question also not answered is, was there a pretrial offer made that could have gone ignored? So let me say this. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a prosecutor. And you're right. I don't know how the court system works. Know why? Because I've never been in court. I try to stay out of stuff like that. I don't want my name in the court system any kind of way. All right, to be honest, I don't even want them sending me stuff for jury duty. I don't want to be a part of the nonsense. So you're right. I'm not a lawyer. I didn't go to law school, so I don't know the law. You're right.
It don't matter. But it could have ended up. The verdict could have ended up. There was no negligence found. Nothing would be awarded. That's how the verdict could have ended up. But
period.
So we're talking about.
They slapped them and made them go through this, because I'm sure if there's a trial, they had to go through all of this. And then they got their babies they have to deal with.
Two separate and unequal systems of law in this country.
Not cool.
Law is not applied to us equally in America.
Not cool. All right. So moving on, I'm going to read Sandra Van Dyke.
Welcome, Sandra.
Hello. This is so wrong. What an insult. Can we set up a GoFundMe for the family?
Agreed.
That's a wonderful idea.
Yes.
That's a wonderful idea.
Thank you.
This system is broken and we need to fight for each other. I may not be black, but most of my family is. I feel that I have always fought to protect all people. Racism must stop. I love you for saying that. Thank you so much, because this is wrong. Whether he was black, white, Puerto Rican, Indian, I don't care. You shot the man in his home. His gun was in his back pocket and it wasn't even loaded. And you assassinated him. You shot him in his head. Really? Stop it.
There's
Stop
no
it.
excuse for that.
Okay, and then you're gonna slap them and say, "I'm not gonna give you the $4. I'm gonna give you 4 cents."
This is why we kneel. This is the reason that we take a knee. This is the reason that we upset. Any human being that's murdered the way we are is going to, have you no compassion. What type
Clearly not.
Right. You don't see, listen. They don't see us as people.
Yeah.
Period. They love their animals more than they love, listen. The level of not just fear, okay? Because I'm afraid when I see police lights, but not just fear.
Yeah.
The level of aggression,
yes,
that is leveled toward my community,
yes,
and that has been leveled. This is nothing new.
Right.
Read the Kerner Commission from 1964. Read it.
No doubt.
Read why the civil rights movement started in the first place. This open hostility, this violent, but they call us violent. Who truly is violent?
No doubt.
Who truly is?
I'm gonna read this last comment by Tisa. Yes, Tisa Thomas. She said, "This is so crazy. This story does not make sense to from the beginning to the end. Yes, very disrespectful. I agree." She says, shaking her damn head at this.
Yeah. So before we
throw
move
some
on,
prayers to that mother and them kids.
Yes, right. I'm about to. It's funny, man. We right here.
Go for me to that family.
Yes. So we're gonna just give our condolences and prayers to the family of Gregory Hill Jr. All right. May you rest in peace, brother, and we hope your family somehow get some type of justice. All right, and that's coming from the Man Cave Morning
Black
Show.
people need to send that family money
with Miss Glow in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
So before we move on to our next topic, can you be pushed to cheat? And we told you we was going to tap on that, and that actually came from one of our platinum listeners, Julius Gray.
Okay.
Because you can send in topics for us to discuss and debate on the Man Cave Morning Show. All right. So before we do that, we're going to break with our hot or not. So you know how we do our hot or not. This is where you become the judge of music. You become the A&R person. You get the vote to say whether a song is hot or not. And if it's hot, we'll add it to our rotation here at WBKS1. If it's not, we're deleting the song. That's just how it goes. All right. So we got a song brought to us today by Big Tank.
Hot or not?
Yeah, Big Tank. And the song is called
Child Support.
Child Support. The song is called Child Support.
He was obviously listening yesterday.
He out of Atlanta too, so shout out to him.
Shout out to
Big
ATL.
Tank.
The artist is from Atlanta.
Yeah, he's from Atlanta. Shout out to Big Tank.
All right. So this song was brought to you by Black Coffee with Miss Glow in the morning, and is now the Man Cave Morning Show's hot or not. So y'all ready? Let us know when you think it's hot or not. And where's the song? Here we go.
For all you stinking ass. Woo! Oh, Lord. Put me on child support, baby. I thought that you said it was over. Put me on child support. I should have backed down and seen in the face. Now why in the hell you keep calling my phone? All we do is argue. You said it was done. Yeah. No need to talk. Your check is in the mail. You done went to them phone, so I said go to hell. My mama told me from jump not to fuck with you. All you do is lie. Your mama don't trust you. Now all this fussing and fighting in front of the kids. They done took my license trying to give me your bid. Now ain't this some bullshit? She put me on child support. I thought that you said it was over. She put me on child support. Cause you seen another bitch in my car. She put me on child support.
Yo, he was so serious.
I thought you said it was over. She put me on child support. I should've backed down and scared in the face. Listen. See, I ain't none of these lame niggas that don't give a damn. Please don't play with my kids. This don't make me go ham.
That's him. Yo.
Bottom depression, I don't give a damn what that is. Now you done ripped your shirt and scratched your face, trying to call the cops and get a nigga a case. Now ain't this some bullshit? She put me on child support. I thought that you said it was over. She put me on child support. Cause you seen another bitch in my car. She put me on child support. Yeah, I thought that you said it was over. She put me on child support. I should've backed down and skied in the face.
Yo, bruh. Oh my gosh. Child support.
Hold on.
What's good with it? What's good with it?
What's good? Okay, so we got the artist Big Tank on the phone.
Big Tank,
Bruh,
what's
look,
up, man?
You supposed to wait.
What's good, man? What's good, man? I remember you in high school, Playboy. We used to battle and dance. You had Zoo Man with you, right?
Yes. What's good?
I got a program coming, man. I had to make that song because I've been through it, my nigga. I've been through it. You know what I mean? My baby mother used to take pictures with the nigga with my child support check.
Bruh.
In my crib.
Bro, hold on. Now, you know you were supposed to let the song finish playing and then call back in. So when you called in, we had to take your call and end the song.
Oh, okay. Well, I can play it again because it's definitely necessary.
All right. Well, we're going to see.
It's definitely necessary.
We're going to see what some of the listeners say, whether they think it's hot or not and everything. I actually like it's relevant. It's relevant to me. So we're going to give you our opinions right now. While you're on the phone.
I did it one-sided because I was very angry at the time because I wanted to be in my kid's life and she was on the craziness, you feel me? So I did it one-sided, which I was supposed to go back and do the remix with a female on there.
Oh yeah? Talking about she want child support?
Nah, we're talking about, well, if you got a child, be a woman. Put your big girl drawers on. You can't chase a man. You can't make a man do what he don't want to do.
True indeed.
Because by right, there is some dead feet fathers, and that's why I'm bringing a program up I got called Child Support, which is a mediation program. Shout out to that No Good program, my man, Ricky Smiley. We ain't going to say that, but, me and him had a couple words, and I don't like his program because he was one that I called, and he didn't help me. Right. So I said, well, I do this shit my damn self because I ain't got time to be waiting for another man, put my life in another man's hands. So that's what made me bring forth this program I got that I'm trying to get my a couple passes in my LLC fixed up called Child Support to mediate what's going on with the child's mother and the father. Okay, if I'm mad at you and you mad at me, who's losing? It's the kid. The kid didn't ask to be here.
True indeed.
So at the end, that's why these kids now are following the ways of the land, drinking lean, following the music because there's no balance for them.
Right.
The balance has to be there. No woman can raise no man by herself, and no man can raise no daughter by herself.
True. You know what?
The only thing they can do is advise them.
True indeed, my good brother. Now let me ask you, bro. So, like, is this song is this going to be the theme song for the program?
That is definitely the theme song, but I'm going to clear it up, you know what I mean, and make a better version of it. There is a clean version of it, which I have to go into my files and find that.
Yeah, send me that clean version, bro.
And they're very, like I said, once I do the remix with the female, she's out of Atlanta.
Okay. All right. So, look, man, I'm going to clap it up for your movement. I like the whole movement and the program you putting together. And I'm going to let the other hosts comment on what they think of the song and everything. So
okay,
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I like the theme of it, but
we gotta see if it's hot or not, man.
Yeah, listen, we gotta really see if it's hot or not.
Hey, everybody going through it, and they should understand what it is.
Deacon, will you think the song is hot or not?
1000% hot. And the larger issue of mediation or men not being able to see their children. Come on, man. I'm all for that. And the brother on the phone, I support you 1000%. And I absolutely love the song. What
appreciate that, bro.
Look, what he said.
No doubt.
I can't add nothing to that.
Jackie D?
I like the song. I like what I could hear over their laughter. I did like the song though, because it's a fact. It's true.
Preaching.
So I did like the song.
It was real.
It was real. Just cleaning up a little bit. And
so hot or not?
Yeah.
Hot.
I like the song.
And it was produced well, actually, too.
Hot. hot. I think it was hot.
Glow?
It was
You said
funny.
hot?
I was crying, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's hot. The song is hot.
All the way around.
Bro, I got
If
one.
they can make no scrubs, why
I
not?
just got one thing to say, bro. Pay
that,
your
bro?
child support. That's what I want you to do.
Don't
Pay
get
your
it
child Salute.
Because you street another chicken macaw. Lord mercy.
Salute to you, Big Tank, and thanks for joining the Man
Oh my
Cave Morning
God,
Show
Big Tank,
and Black
I love
Coffee
you,
with Miss
Black.
Glow in the
Thank
morning.
you.
We appreciate you, brother.
Oh, that's the black man I love.
Hey, no
Oh,
doubt. Hey,
my
no,
God.
I'm trying to get at you, man, because I want to at least come on there and do a show, another joint, man, a part 2 of it, because we definitely need to put that together, man, because our kids need us, man.
No doubt. No doubt, man. Salute to you, man. Keep doing your thing, and big ups to that program.
I appreciate that. I might need your help, too, so I'll hit you up on that, too, man.
Respect.
No
I
doubt.
love y'all, man. See you.
One love, one love. Let's see what the
Because he called in and he interrupted his song.
let's see what the
I wanted to
listeners.
see how it ended.
That made my day. After that last story, I needed a laugh.
We didn't even get to see how it ended.
Let's see what the listeners think of the song.
Oh my God, Sandy. Sandy Bradley. She said, I'm over here cracking up though. Sandra Morgan, Mama Sandy says, shout out, Mama Sandy. Thanks for the invite. Patricia Shield Given says, I like it because it was funny.
So what y'all say,
Sunshine
hot?
said, I like it. Danielle Spencer says, wow.
We need a hot or
Tamia
not.
says,
A lot of
hot.
people, well, if they're
We
saying
got one
this,
hot.
they like it.
Deacon Chucky
you need
Skank says hot.
Hot or not?
Oh, he folded his arm, so it got to say hot or not. Not I like it.
Yeah, you
guys.
got to say hot or
Yeah.
not, man.
That's
Hot or not in the
Doc,
check-in.
is it
What's
hot or
up?
not?
So if it's more knots, then we delete it. If it's more hots, we keep it in rotation.
They can all say nah. Well, I still want that in rotation.
So Patricia Shell Given said, I love his spirit,
Yes.
but it's a not for me until I need a good laugh.
That's one.
Keep it real.
Demetria said not.
Miss
Not.
Sunshine said hot.
Okay. Sunshine
All right.
said hot.
Deacon Chuck Sheck said hot.
Okay.
Tammy Knight said hot.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay.
Some more hots,
Four hot.
including us.
Well, the hots have it though.
If it say
it's
love,
again,
the
us,
hots gonna take it
the
as a
hots
hot.
have it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was more hots than not.
So it will be added to the rotation of WBKS one
Laverne,
after we get that
Laverne
clean
Long
version.
said hot, and Sunshine Baxter Motley said hot. So more hots than nots.
No doubt. No doubt.
I mean, I like
Scrap it up.
I like the It had like one of the old songs beat. I wanna go outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DJ. That's them DJ skills kicking in. DJ Glam Doll. Now, we're gonna get to the topic at hand.
Okay.
And we told you we was going to be talking about this today, and the topic was brought to us by platinum listener of the show, Julius Gray. And you can send in future topics that you want us to talk about, and we'll discuss it on the Man Cave Morning Show and Black Coffee with Miss Glow in the morning. So, yes. So the question is,
oh, can you be pushed to cheat?
can you be pushed to cheat? And I think we ended off yesterday because we dabbled a little on it, and people were saying, well, if you cheat, that's a choice.
Yeah.
You can't be pushed. That's a choice if you cheat.
Okay.
And my whole thing was physical cheating. I don't think you could be pushed to physically cheat.
Okay.
I do think you could be driven to emotionally cheat.
Yeah.
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 And there's a difference.
Yeah. People do that all day, every day.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
I don't believe that people cheat all the time, but I do believe that you can be driven to emotionally cheat and confide in someone else. Because if you're confiding in someone that is not your spouse and it's about personal issues that you're going through at home or something, oh yeah, that can be that right there. Yes, and I think emotional cheating to me is the worst. Physical cheating is an act, but that emotional, that means they here, they're in your heart, they're they're in your mind. So that's serious.
Yeah, we got a series. Shout out to Sandra Van Dyke. She left a nice little comment there.
Okay, Sandra Van Dyke, she said cheating is a choice like everything else. People are too quick to cheat, to move on, to move out. Real strength is working through things, loving the one you are with. 15 years and forever to go with mine. Okay, congratulations.
Yeah, let's
Congratulations.
clap that up. 15 years is not easy to do.
Not in this day and age. People can't even stay together 15 weeks.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, it's hard in these streets out here trying to maintain a relationship because there's so much out here that can get people in trouble.
Yes.
Social media.
Yes.
Social media, period, can get you in trouble because people can find that way to cheat.
Absolutely.
Hook up, link up. You have more ways to link up and hook up nowadays than you did back in the day.
Right.
Yeah. You know, so it's good for you, sweetheart.
And Demetrius said, hell no. when we asked the question, I don't know if that hell no was for the song or when we asked the question, can you be pushed?
I think it was for the song.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it was for
Think
the
it's
song.
for the song? All right. So, okay, Danielle Spencer said maybe one or the other checked out the relationship, so it's up to the couple to follow up with their spouse. Believe me, the grass is never greener on the other side. Hold on, let me see what she said. The grass is never greener on the other side. It's green where you water it. True indeed. That means take care of your ish.
Yeah, because it looks green from a distance till you get up on it, and it's just as brown and ugly as the green you just left.
But you know what? Sometimes one person in the relationship can be like, what's wrong? Like, what's bothering you? I noticed you've been different lately, or what's going on? And if that person clams up and says, nothing's wrong, the worst thing you can do is, nothing's wrong. Listen to me, ladies. I want y'all to hear this. The worst thing you can do is say nothing's wrong when there's something wrong. Because all that does is fester into something worse.
Tick, tick,
and
boom.
And something really being wrong. So I think, you really need to talk. If something's bothering you where the dynamics of the relationship is changing, well, then you need to talk about it. No matter what it is, whether you're feeling bored, you're feeling this, you're feeling that, you're feeling lonely, whatever the case is, you need to address it so it can be fixed. And that's what, going back to what Danielle Spencer is saying when she says water it. You got to water it. You got to nurture that relationship.
Yes. And I believe communication is key. It does. It should be. And if one person is great at it and the other person is not, you might want to seek counseling before it gets to that point.
Yeah, because you can check out. You can emotionally check out.
Yeah.
And that, when you emotionally check out, it leaves room for somebody
to slip in,
and then that will cause the emotional cheating.
If you are not communicating because your intention is to be evasive, then of course the relationship is over. But somebody like me that runs his mouth for a living is very communicative. There are people that are not. There are people that don't know how to express themselves. There are people that as soon as something happens, their first thing is to clam up, which drives a big mouth like me absolutely 1000% crazy, right? So people have different techniques that they deal with stress, right? The angrier they get, the more they clam up. That could be perceived by someone like me that you're being evasive, you're running away, you don't want to talk, this, that, and the other. So one of the things I learned in therapy was how to communicate, which is you say what you have to say, right?
Yes.
And then the other person says, they repeat it. So what you're saying is thus, and so. So in a case where you got a shy person, right?
Yes.
And a person that likes to run their mouth like me, right? Or you got a person that's been abused emotionally, so their defense mechanism is to clam up, whereas my defense mechanism is like, let's get it, right? Sometimes you're unequally yoked, which is why I encourage couples to go to counseling before they get married, and to develop effective communication techniques. That being said, that all sound good, right? But ultimately, you're responsible for the condition of your life. When you I stick my ding-a-ling in a vajayjay that's not mine, that's me.
Yeah.
That's not communication. That is my intention. Driven, I can justify anything that I do.
Yeah.
Any position I take, I'm going to get on here and be like, I'm right, and here's why. So I would agree with Norm when he says, emotionally, yes. But that if you care about the relationship, you should attempt to communicate and not cheat.
Physical cheating, to me, is more greed and cowardice.
Okay.
I'm gonna say physical cheating is more greed and cowardice. One, you're just being greedy because you're with someone for a reason, and so even if the dynamics change or whatever like that, everything changes in every relationship.
Yes.
Nothing stays the same.
Yeah.
That's just life. Period. Deal with it. So when you're greedy, you're you got the cake at home, and then you want some more cake, and then you want another piece of cake, whatever. That's greed. And then the cowardice part is that you're being a coward, not to deal with your situation and stand up and talk about what's up, what's going on wrong, or that I don't want it no more. And so instead of saying I don't want you no more, or I don't want to be in this no more, or whatever like that, you go out and you cheat. So that's the cowardice side to it, or whatever. Now emotional cheating, that's something different. You know, sometimes emotionally, when you're not, you know, when you don't have communication with your spouse or the person you're with, when everything becomes mundane and it becomes a rut or whatever, and then somebody sparks a conversation or just says, "How are you doing today?"
Yeah.
And you may not get a "How are you doing today?" at home. You may not get a "How you feeling today?" at home. You may not get a "Are you hungry?" at home. You may not, you may not get none of that, or just some general conversation at home, and then that can leave the door open for emotional cheating.
But you have to communicate with your partner and who you're with. Emotional cheating, I think, is also a choice. It's also a choice for you not to communicate with your partner, period. Whether they accept what you say, whether they want to hear everything you have to say or don't want to hear it. When you emotionally check out from a relationship, it's the same to me as when you physically check out from a relationship. So, hey, either I'm going to come home and I'm going to argue with you. What they say is when people stop caring, that it's over. So if I'd rather come home and argue with you until you hear my point, understand me, then go and tell my coworker all our business. You know what I mean? Now the whole office know I got home problems at home, and Keisha that work on the 5th floor want to, stop by and see my man. Like, but that's real. And people don't think like that. They think, oh, well, I could really talk to such and such. Well, such and such may really be talking to you. They might also have another agenda. You know what I mean?
I think that if you're in a relationship,
you got to watch that.
And the other person neglects you, that's difficult. I'm not justifying cheating, but I want to give a more nuanced and balanced comment. Which is, I'm married and my spouse is not even talking to me. I'm the type of person, hey honey, how you doing? Touchy feely. If you're my woman going, like Jackie doing, and you're not talking to me for week after week
then that's
after
a
week
problem.
after week, you are sending me a signal. You're letting me know where you are. The fact that you're not saying anything and I'm saying let's talk about it and you're going, I want to talk about it. Or if I say let's talk about it and you're angry, naggy, day after day after day after, well, damn, 2 months later,
does that
when I start, let me just finish. 2 months later, when I say let's talk about it, rah. What do you think, ladies, that says to a man?
That says that you are emotionally checked out, and so are they. So why not just end it? Why cheat emotionally or physically instead of just dispersing of the whole relationship? Just poof, be gone.
The point I'm making,
you know what I mean?
I got you. Here's the point I'm making, right? Good people cheat. Period. I'm not going to sit up here and say, look, it's cut and dry. It's this. On the other side, the answer I got, right? Well, why did you cheat and why did you? Well, it wasn't working out. And I was like, well, how come you didn't let me know? You follow what I'm saying?
Communication.
I don't want to get. Listen, you're absolutely right. It takes two to communicate.
Yeah.
If one person is communicating and the other person is not, what's up? That's all I'm saying.
I understand that, and you are right 100%. This is the thing. For me, I too went to therapy because I've had failed relationships. Therapy is the best thing that could have ever happened to me.
Me too. Thank you.
I went to my pastor first, and then at the time, my ex-husband thought that my pastor was on my side,
right?
Which he wasn't. He let my ex-husband know when you marry someone that is significantly younger than you, you guys are not going to be on the same page. The stuff that you did, she hasn't experienced yet.
Yes.
So maybe you shouldn't have married her.
Yes.
Maybe you should have married somebody that was close to your age. Oh, he didn't like that. We had secretly plotted against him. But we didn't.
Paranoia.
But we didn't. Something that was real.
He didn't like what he was hearing. Yeah. So I told him, I said, you pick the therapist.
Right.
We could go there.
How old was you? How old was he?
He's 10 years older than me. So this was probably, I might have been 35,
And he
35.
was 45?
Yeah, might have been 35. Yeah.
Is that a crazy?
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying, 35 to 45 to me is not
It's
like
10
so,
years though.
But it's 35 to
It's a
45 is
decade.
not crazy.
That's not a big jump.
It's a decade.
I know,
and
but
we're on different levels.
like Jay,
honestly,
this is what I'm saying. 25 to 35 is bigger than 35 to 45 to me.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
Okay, but so what happened was he ended up picking the therapist, and I still don't think he liked what that therapist had. It was therapeutic for me.
Okay.
It didn't work. We didn't get together, but it gave me a better understanding of who I needed to be as a person. So it was a lot of stuff that he was holding on to from his past marriage that he brought into our marriage, and he was very angry and very militant, and everything had to be his way. I didn't really have a voice. And he used to always say, this was his quote, it's not, what he used to say, it's the right thing. It's not your thing or my thing. It's the right thing. What's right for the situation. So if it leans towards you, then it's your way.
You know what? A light bulb. This went off of my head. Newsflash: men and women communicate differently.
Absolutely.
And listen, you can say something that I hear. Like, we have to keep in mind, not about the right and wrong, but the fact that when you say something, I hear it in the way that I hear it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm discounting you, but that I acknowledge the way that I perceive the world is different from the way. And that, when you say communicating, and I'm communicating and you're communicating, but our perception of the same issue is different, that's not communication either.
Yeah.
But you can agree. You can agree to disagree. Because, see, everybody has an opinion. You're not always going to agree with somebody in a situation. So, but communication is hearing the other person out. I could say, I like waffles in the morning. Norm could say he like pancakes. We can agree to disagree. Okay, we can do pancakes Monday and waffles Tuesday. But you can compromise a little bit. You have to understand. You don't have to agree with somebody. You just have to understand their point of view.
But let's
put it that way.
Keyword you said was compromise. Yes,
compromise.
And that's one of the biggest problems when it comes to miscommunication.
Yeah.
Because when there's miscommunication, you're not totally understanding the other. There's not going to be no compromise. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like, well, I'm not understanding you, so I'm going to continue to do things my way, the way I was doing it. And then you don't find a compromise, and then problems start arising because there's no compromise, because it's my way.
My way or the highway?
Yeah, my way. We got this my way. You got to find that midpoint, especially in a marriage and in a committed relationship. You always got to find that midpoint, and when it gets to be too one-sided, that's when somebody's going to start resisting. That's the resistance. Yeah, resistance build up once it starts getting one-sided and everything. And you got to kind of even out the balance of that whole situation with understanding and a little bit more compassion.
When you say we can agree to disagree, that means that I'm going to have empathy for my partner.
Right.
If I'm so narcissistic, it's my way. You so dumb and I'm so smart, and you don't know what's going on. Or, I'm a woman, you don't understand my needs. If you're so myopic in your view, you're not going to be able to say, guess what? It's going to come a day where he's left and you right, and that's it. You're going to have to rock out with not doing anything at all, or you got to make a decision. Now, if we have two different divergent points of views, there's going to come a time when we're going to have to do either what I want to do or what you want to do. If you're in a relationship where you're constantly doing what the other person wants to do,
you want to build up resentment.
Guess what? Problems. You're going to have resentment. So while everything you're saying is right, maturity dictates that I have to say, listen, I love you enough to say, go ahead, babe, you got that. But I got to feel like you want to do the same for me. If not, I'm going to resent you.
That's going to be a problem.
Let me clap that up and let's read some comments in the chat. Shout out to Joanne Esau. She said, it's okay to talk about self, but not others personally, just saying much respect. Adul said, it's the person at the end of the day. Communication is key. Linda Weaver said, if you are a man, woman of integrity, you will always do what's right in the situation. Yes, I do believe that a person who constantly accusing you can be overwhelming, and most likely it will make you feel isolated and want to just get away. It's mental abuse.
Yes.
It's mental abuse. But if
and
you
manipulation,
cheat, it's not because they forced you, but because you decided to do it. I'm gonna have to clap that up.
Yes.
And I'm gonna stop right there and read another comment.
Well said.
Yeah, very well said. Shout out to Laverne Long. Hey, Laverne. Been there, done that. In the end, if we would have went to counseling, we would still be together. Many regrets on both sides. We remain friends, though. Yeah, that's so. I applaud that. You know what I'm saying? That's an honest, transparent statement. You took the blame as well, and that's what's up. Anthony Williams. Sometimes you just got to start talking and say your piece, even if they don't respond or don't want to hear it. As long as they hear what you have to say, you've done your part. And again, if you're just joining us, we're talking about what can push you, what can drive you to cheat. And most people saying that's a choice. Nothing should be here to drive you to cheat, but it happens, and this is real life. Shout out to Brenda Corley. Brenda Corley said emotional cheating is a choice. Communicate that you're not getting what you need. Don't take it upon yourself to keep secrets. Listen to that. Don't take it upon yourself to keep secrets, okay, from someone who loves you. Friendly conversation turns into feeling for someone quick. Wow. Friendly conversation turns into feeling for someone quick. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think that you have to consider, again, my mantra, the intention of the person. Because I believe that you should tell a person the truth. But if every time I speak my truth, you're offended,
you get shut
why
off.
you say that? How come you said it that? I can't believe you. I'm talking from a male perspective directly to women. Sometimes, because I'm not a woman, I don't know. I'm talking about from men. Sometimes when we tell our truth, you're disgusted, repulsed. I don't want to hear it. You make us feel like, you follow what I'm saying? So how many times can I tell my truth without you saying you're repelling me or you're repulsive? Right. Or it's not really that. I've hit on the truth that you don't want to acknowledge.
Right.
So you flip it on me by saying that Dawood in his mouth. You knew my mouth.
When you got one.
Right.
Right.
So if you're going to be manipulative about this, communication is key. No one likes to hear the truth. And if you're with a person that doesn't tell themselves the truth, you're going to be in a failed relationship.
No doubt. Shout out to Danielle Spencer. Danielle Spencer said, no relationship is easy. We're talking about two different sexes, maybe people from different mindsets, etc. Remind your spouse that communication solves problems, not silence.
Oh my God.
Remind yourself that communication solves problems, not silence. I had to learn to become more communicative. A person may have combos in their head.
Oh my God.
They may try to work it out in their own mind, or they could just be plain selfish.
Doc, you making me have PTSD.
Yeah. You know, she hit it on the head.
That's killing me, Doc.
Some people do not talk or communicate or express what the problem is because they feel as though I ain't gonna talk about it. I'll just get through it myself.
I'll figure it
I'll
out.
work it out. I'll figure it out. Whatever. Like
That's
that.
the biggest lie
but
ever told.
and because it takes two people to figure it out.
I'll figure it out. Two people cause the problem, but I'll figure it out. That don't sound right. Come on now.
And some people
don't play yourself.
Some people use silence to manipulate their partner.
Absolutely.
And some people use silence to not take accountability. I'm working it out. Damn, how long you gonna work it out?
You gonna work it out for 3 days, a week, a month, a year? You just slapped
the crap out of me in public.
And
3 weeks later, we haven't spoken about it. Yeah, Dawood, because your mouth is too big. Yeah, Dawood, because you stop. That is then a signal to me. Okay, relationship over. A lot of times, people use silence to mask their bad intentions or the fact that they cheated on you and don't want you to know about it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So that's the key to communication: honesty.
Yeah,
honesty. And
shout out to Paul.
Right intentions.
He says, I tell you the truth and you manipulate the conversation into making me feel guilty. You know what I mean?
I'll clap that
up.
1000%. And a lot of men feel that way. And I'm not trying to be sexist. I say that because I'm a man. It's my perspective.
Yeah.
Glow, go ahead and you speak from your perspective. I'm telling you, a lot of times brothers don't talk because the words get all, you twist it and hit me over the head with it. And I'm like, I don't want to talk no more. Big as my mouth is.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. When things do change in a relationship, right? Because we're talking about what can drive you to cheat. Nothing really should drive you to cheat. Because if you get to that point where you really feel like you're going to cheat, you're going to do other things, then maybe you should just say, okay, you don't, the relationship not working out, blah, 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 and it's over. And I get that. But when you're in a marriage, it's different. Every time you have problems, the thing about marriage is that's totally different than just living with somebody or somebody with a girlfriend and boyfriend. Marriage is totally different. When you go through them down periods, and sometimes there's some down periods. When you go through them down periods and periods where you're looking at each other like, you got 3 heads, and the snarl
and your breath stink.
And the snarl kicks in like, and whatever. You go through those periods in marriage, right? But my thing is, the quick, easy go-to is to, okay, you getting on my nerves. But this person over here, I know ain't gonna get on my nerves, so I'm gonna spend some time with this person over here. And this is sometimes what people may start thinking or whatever. But the thing about marriage is, 1, you definitely gotta have patience. 2, you definitely gotta have tolerance. 3, you definitely gotta have compassion. And then you gotta start having understanding to what the other person is going through. And the key word that you have to start diminishing is being selfish. You have to start selfish ways.
Gotta go.
Selfish ways gotta go. When I was single and when I was dating, I had selfish ways. You know what I'm saying? Selfish ways or whatever like that. Okay, such, boom, not working out. Peace, see you later. Didn't totally 100% go my way. Peace, see you later.
To all ladies within the sound of my voice, let me tell you about men. We need sex all the time. And in a crazy fashion, no. But let me tell you something. If you married, ladies, and it been 6, 7, 8, 9 months, I'm going to speak for your husband and for your boyfriend and for your boo that you had for a long time. Let me tell you something, ladies. If it's been 8, 9, 10 months, men need sex, right? Not a want. Sometimes it's a need. And if you're not addressing those needs, of course, I want to take responsibility for my actions. But if you're weaponizing your sex, weaponizing your body, right? Marriage, my body's supposed to belong to you. Your body's supposed to belong to me. So, as delicately as I can, if you're not taking one for the team, month after month after month after month, please with them crocodile tears.
Right.
I'm telling you directly, you're responsible for the words that I'm saying to you because you heard what I said and now you're responsible. I'm telling you, if it been 6 months and you ain't gave your husband, not even give him no love, not even a peck on the cheek, he is going to.
You need to talk about it.
He's going to get it.
You know what? What may even that's funny you say even a peck on the cheek or whatever.
Nothing.
Because what sometimes even compensate for. And I know you're like, nothing can compensate for not having sex. But sometimes what
intimacy, you're right. Intimacy.
If there's no, okay, the sex thing.
Thank you for clarifying.
Yes. The sex thing is one thing.
You're right.
But when the intimacy declines, and please again know the difference. When I say the word intimacy, some people be like, yeah, we haven't had sex. Well, no, that's not intimacy.
The only form.
That's not it.
But sex is important though. Don't get it twisted.
No. It's always.
Don't get it twisted.
It's always important.
Yeah.
But your drive has to be there to want to have.
Yeah, you have
sex
to have a desire.
Tension builds up resistance
and lack of intimacy
to wanting to have sex.
Right. I agree.
Yeah, tension builds up resistance. So if there's tension in a relationship, you need to find out what the problem is, because then if you go from 0 to 100 or 100 to 0 and not having sex, you're like, okay, what happened here? And then 3 months go by, like you said, and 4 months go by, and 5 months go by, and you're like, okay, what's the problem? And there's no intimacy. There's a serious problem. Intimacy could come from sitting on the couch,
I agree,
hugging each other, watching a movie,
rubbing
each other's legs or whatever like that. Your boo go to sleep, whatever like that. You rubbing her behind, and I'm just keeping one. This is intimacy, or you talking, in compassionately and softly and everything to your mate. These are all the things that intimacy creates. But once that lacks, it's a problem. I would say lack of intimacy is more of a problem than lack of sex.
Thank you for that clarification. And I will definitely let Glow take the female side.
Checking out.
But from the male side, from the male side, women that know how to be manipulative and withhold intimacy and sexuality. So thank you for clarifying. We are human beings. We need to be touched, acknowledged, loved, caressed, and everything.
Call it.
And women know that when they cut all of that off, it's going to have an effect upon the man. That's all I'm trying to say.
Caller from the 404. State your name when you call from. You're on the Man Cave Morning Show and Black Coffee in the Morning with Miss Glow.
Hello.
Hello, caller.
Hi. Good morning. This is Demetria from Atlanta.
Hey, Demetria. Thank you for calling in. Welcome.
Hey. I was calling in because I was calling about the topic. And me personally, I don't believe in cheating, number one. But what I think, I don't believe that you can be pushed to cheat emotionally or physically. I think it's because some people generally check out of their relationship and they don't communicate. They stay with each other for various reasons. Maybe it's love, maybe it's financial, don't want to pay the rent by themselves. You ain't going to make me raise these kids by myself. And I'm talking about marriage. I can't speak on boyfriend, girlfriend because, I've been married for 12 years. So, me personally, I think once you check out and you stop communicating, that's what leaves the door open. That's where, and I mean, that goes for men or for women. Because you got these women walking like, this is my work husband. Oh, hell no. I got a husband at home. I don't need to headache at night. And you got some men when I tell them, I got work wives. No, you don't.
Right.
You know, and that little playfulness can turn into, I can tell so-and-so this, or I can tell so-and-so that, and then now your work husband all up in your business, your work wife, baby, I cook real good. No, you can't. Me personally, I mean, I'm not that type of person because, I mean, I don't live a monogamous life, so to speak. So, but the type of relationship I have is even more work because you got to communicate times three,
Yeah.
So I don't feel like, I mean, if you communicate the issue, you might not like what you hear. Like I think Dawood said, you might not like what you hear, but you need to listen. And as my mom used to tell me, hear me today, understand me tomorrow. But you need to understand so that you don't go off that track.
Absolutely.
Because I'm going to tell you like this. If my husband and my boyfriend try to walk out and be talking about some cheating, they getting busted in the head. Point blank plain and simple. Because we're not going to do that.
Well, you're in a polyamorous relationship, so you don't even got to cheat.
Oh, what's a polyamorous?
When one partner make you mad, you just go to the other one. So that's the
I'm sorry.
I said you in a polyamorous relationship, so you don't even have to cheat. When one partner makes you mad,
no. Don't believe it. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. They do cheat. They do cheat. And when you go outside of a boundary that has been set up by the people within the relationship, if you go over that boundary, guess what happens? You cheating. And you getting busted in your head. I'm not going there for the woman because I don't know what lies you told the chorus into your bed. But you get your butt beat. Point blank plain and simple. Because you knew better. She married me, you married me. And you understood what this was about. We set boundaries. You cross that boundaries, I'm kicking your ass. Point blank plain and simple. Yeah. And they go for boyfriend, husband, wifey too. Because she can get it too.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Demetria.
Communication.
As always, we thank you for calling in and sharing.
Player.
Thank you.
From the Himalayas.
You have a great day.
Y'all have a great weekend.
You too.
All right.
If your game is strong enough, that you can convince two people that you can have sex with them at the same time, however you label it, I'm gonna just go ahead and tip my hat and call you a player. Right? That's all I'm gonna do. That was a player on the phone that offered her comments. You know what I'm saying? Whereas, you can sleep with these two people, but not the third one. The third one is cheating, but the two is we agreed, we made agreement. All joking aside, intimacy is the key. If you don't have intimacy, right, and that's going to make you vulnerable and more susceptible to intimacy with someone else. So you're right. It's not about the cheating or whatever.
Yeah.
If you lose that intimacy,
it's the intimacy.
If I don't feel like I'm connected. You don't got to make love to me every single day.
Connected.
But if I feel unconnected and it's you tired, Norm. Look. I made this for. Let me stop. You tired, Dawood? I made this for you, Dawood. When someone acknowledges you and you're in a weakened state, you, the pastor, Muhammad, and Jesus, the religious man and the communicative man, is going to fall. Stop with this shame and this guilt. Let's take accountability on both sides. Of course, I'm not supposed to cheat, but you know you cut me off. You know you cut me off. You know you cut me off a long time ago. And I tried to in the way that I communicate, because you know the way I communicate when you met me. Now you want to use the way I communicate or lack thereof against me? We're married. If you couldn't deal with it, what the hell you married me for? You see what I'm saying? On both sides, we have to be honest about what the hell is actually going on. And when people check out, a lot of crazy stuff happens.
And you know what? It's funny. I believe some levels of emotional cheating is within every relationship almost. Some levels. I
agree.
And give
me some.
And it's funny.
I want to get you in no trouble.
No. But you have to define. You have to define that. You know, there's a fine line, and when you know you're approaching that line, then that's when you got to back away from it. And this is why I stress it's so important to just talk and open your mouth. And again, like one of the brothers said in the chat, whatever, like that, even if the person don't want to hear it, or they're going to disagree, or an argument may arise, bring it out, because the more you hold stuff in, you're setting yourself up. You're going to end up being like those volcanoes in Hawaii just erupt. You know what I'm saying? It's like the more you hold stuff in, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to get to that point to where it's, you know, because emotional cheating does graduate. So remember that. If you allow emotional cheating to continue, it does graduate into something that is not great for the relationship. So you want to put that in check. As each time you see a problem arising, put it in check. And then get to a point in your relationship where you start saying to each other, we know there's going to be issues. We know there's going to be problems. We're going to deal with it together without having to look outside for anything. We're going to deal with our issues and deal with our problems and keep talking and communicating without having to look outside for everything. Because if that's your go-to all the time, or if you have a go-to all the time, emotionally, then you got to check yourself. There's something you're not doing right within the relationship to get the responses that you need.
One of the most difficult things for me to do was for me to acknowledge the role that I played in being cheated on. I try to own my stuff. I'm not always successful. Sometimes I'm in denial, but let me tell you something. If I'm in a relationship, I need you to own your crap too. Yeah. If you don't own your crap, if you're not working on yourself, you need to push on. A lot of time, that's why people don't like to hear the truth. Okay? Like I used to always tell Norm, she has the scarlet letter of the sea. She's a cheater. I want everybody to feel sorry for me and say Glow is a bad person. I never want to talk about, like Norm said, Dawood, you're boring. Dawood, you're insensitive. That being said, that I am now in a state where I do truly work on my stuff, you're not going to manipulate me with your silence and your cutting off communication. I am out the door because I see that your intention is not to stay. It's just to manipulate me.
And then you got to know the person that you chose to be with too. You know, because sometimes I know a few couples that actually enter into a relationship with a frigid person. They just was frigid and that was just their way. God. And you got to really just know the person it is. So sometimes you may think like there's a huge problem, and you know, sometimes there are some emotionalist people out there that just don't react to things that normal people react to.
General,
it's the truth.
Preach.
They just don't react to normal things that everybody else reacts to, whatever, and they just all the time like, okay.
To what he said, I need to be man enough to say, though I love you, I'm unable to be in a relationship with a frigid person. Whatever your reasons for your frigidity, whether you were abused or whether you came out of your mother's womb with no emotions, that's a requirement for me. So if you can look in your heart and find yourself to say, listen, I'm with a frigid person. If you were Dawood, I'm going to break up. I'm just going to keep it real. There's certain things that I need and I require, right? And I'm not going to be made to feel shame because I am you're too emotional. This is who and what I am. Now I can work on myself and I can try not to hurt other people. But this narcissistic idea that says you have to be exactly the way that I have to be, that means you don't have empathy for me. I gotta put up with your frigid behind. That means you should have empathy to put up. But then again, Norm, if you frigid, I can't rock with you. I can't rock. That's just me, though.
The generalization is that
that's just me.
That men are from Mars, women are from Venus. But basically, here's when they're both from the same planet.
Go ahead.
Every man and woman wants attention.
Every man,
every
woman,
and woman wants to feel needed
and heard.
And so with that, that's where the commonality comes with men and women. So this is where you should really recognize at that point to where it's okay, I know he or she needs to feel needed. Let me make them feel needed and wanted. And when somebody addresses something and you close your ears, you're not getting the attention, that's going to cause a problem. So when somebody addresses something, take the time to listen, and not only listen, to try to understand what they're trying to say. Because once you block that, once you block out what they're trying to say and they're trying to open up, all right, then you're leaving room for them to shut down.
All human beings are emotional, right? It's a matter of what you do with your emotions. So being in a situation where there wasn't any communication going on, and I'm like, are you frigid? What did I later discover? Because of the person's trauma of their past, that's what made them hesitant to communicate, to which I said, okay, thank you for that. Here's what you need to decide, though, with Dawood. You're either going to trust me with your heart or not. If you're not going to trust me, that's okay. But if you are, I'm going to take it there. Who else can take it there? I'm your man. So this idea that I'm trying to hurt you, I'm trying to this, I'm trying to that. If you're unable to reveal yourself to a person, stay the hell by yourself. That is selfish. I'm so hurt. I was raped. I was this. I was that. My father used to beat my ass. Okay, I hear you. But if you're cutting yourself off and not communicate, that's not fair to me. And that's selfishness on your part. And that's the type of introspection, right? Like, oh, okay, Dawood, you talk too much. See, introspection. Well, why? What can I do about it? Let me try to change that, etc., etc. The fact that you don't communicate because of your pain, so who you gonna be in a relationship with? Who? You gonna be by yourself, and you got a right to do that. But for you to guilt and shame me, woman, by saying, oh, I'm too much, just because you're afraid to communicate who and what you are. So you telling me when I step on your foot, you won't say ouch? Huh? When you see a little dog get run over by a car, you don't cry, you just like this. That's bullshit. No. You're being manipulative now and unfair.
And every time I talk to you, and if you brush me off, if I'm trying to talk to you, right? Basically, you're trying to dumb down. You're trying to dumb down my emotions, and like that's the worst thing you can do. So don't try to dumb down somebody's emotions or downplay their emotions.
You're manipulative now.
Oh yeah. Okay, you're overreacting. You're overanalyzing it too much. It's not even that.
What you preaching?
Well, then make me feel like I'm not overreacting.
You preaching.
Tell me something that I need to know so I don't have to further analyze it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's important to get your thoughts, relay your thoughts properly to your mate. So there's no misunderstanding and there's no miscommunication. And I'm gonna leave it at there.
That's real.
I'm gonna leave it at there.
I don't want to testify no more. I agree with what he said.
And we'll be back Monday morning.
Tune in Monday morning for part 3 of this conversation.
Yes, and every Friday will be
Christ.
The joint combo of Man Cave Morning Show and Black Coffee in the Morning with Miss Glow every Friday. That's every Friday. So just make sure y'all tune in every day, though, to the Man Cave Morning Show. And BKS1 Radio has some great new things. Make sure you check out the brand new show on BKS1 Radio with your girl Pam of the Platinum R&B group Total.
Can't wait.
Has a brand new show now on BKS, and it will be Sundays at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Right before the Dude Show.
Total
the Dude Show that does the classic slow jams.
Yeah, man.
So she got a brand new show coming out called Pam's World.
I love Pam. Gee whiz.
So make
wait.
sure y'all check that out.
Everybody tune in.
Yes. And it's going to be with her partners, her co-hosts, Dee and Joyce Berry. And it's going to be every Sunday from 7 to 9 p.m. only on BKS1 Radio. WBKS1.com. We are here for you. We are every day. Even when there's not the live show where you can watch us, get that TuneIn app because it's 24-hour music play with DJs from all across the country. 24-hour music play. Download the TuneIn app. It's free, people. All right, so we want y'all to have a great weekend.
All right.
Blessed weekend. And guess what? Guess what we're doing? June 23rd at the Express Lounge again will be part 2 of the Who Owns the Mic by Applause Only showcase. We did one this a month ago. It was fabulous. It was excellent. Allure turned it out. Viola Sykes turned it out. And the new talent that got up there was awesome.
No doubt.
It was awesome. So it was part 2 of the Who Owns the Mic by Applause Only event, and that's June 23rd at Express Lounge. Brought to you by none other than BKS1 Radio. It's going to be awesome. You think the first one was awesome? This one is definitely going to be awesome. And July 4th, we are the hosts of the parade, of the Plainfield, New Jersey parade. We are the hosts, and we are we are DJing basically at every corner. There'll be a DJ set up at every corner in the city of Plainfield. The parade's going to be awesome this year. It's going down, and right after that is the concert in the park.
Wow.
Now I'm giving you a prelude to what's going to happen. Remember the legendary group Sky? Here's the you, and let's celebrate. They're going to be rocking out July 4th at Cedarbrook Park, along with, and right before they come on, is going to be the incredible platinum R&B group Allure. They're coming back doing a full set for the city of Plainfield. And also, you know the show The Voice from NBC.
Yes.
You're going to have that dude, Jay Chosen from The Voice on NBC. He's coming to Plainfield to rock you out. Rock out for y'all.
What's going down?
The awesome sound of Steve Lavelle is going to be in the building. The New Jersey Connection Band is going to be in the building. You're going to have an awesome band, reggae calypso band called Kasplash.
Okay.
The list goes on and on and on. It's going to be an awesome 4th of July, city of Plainfield.
We always have fun out there in the park. Bring your kids, bring your people.
Yep.
It's all love.
Yeah, the concert
love.
is going to go
It's
right into the
fun.
fireworks. So you get out there early with your chairs and seats and everything. Tell a friend, bring whoever. It's free, people. It is free.
It don't get no better.
All right, so
bang bang.
A lot coming from BKS1 Radio, and again this Sunday, stay tuned for Pam's World on WBKS1.com. So remember, this show right here is never about us. It's always about you, because
you are the
next best kept secret. Have a great weekend.
Wakanda forever.
And we
bang,
out.
Bang 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 bang.
I hope the family of Gregory Hill Jr. gets some justice. $4. Disrespectful. Florida, y'all need to be ashamed of yourself, man. I'm out. I had to go there, Will. I'm sorry.
Dig it.
It's your girl Chanel, BKS1 Radio, and I'm here with the beautiful Garcelle Bouvet.
I'm paying you later. Hey, I'm the queen of comedy some more, and right now you're rocking with BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio Network. I'm here with the amazing Miss Tasha Smith. How you doing?
I'm doing so good. Thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I really appreciate it.
Hello, Denise Boutte. Hey, what's up? Shout out to BKS1 Radio. See you soon.
Brick City's finest, J.D. Williams. I'm in the Savage Podcast Studio, chilling at BKS1 Radio.
BKS1 Radio. I'm here with the legendary Mr. Dick Gregory. How you doing today, sir?
Fantastic, brother, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you.
This is Essence Atkins, and this is BKS1 Radio.
Jamie Foxx, BKS1 Radio. What's going on with you?
Storming up. This is George Dr. Funkenstein Clinton for BKS1 Radio. They be doing the dog, y'all.
Yo, this is Chris Spencer, and you're on BK.
Yoxie.